Hello and welcome to my review of Dahyak Grekh, the Kroot Tracker. Don't adjust your sets. I haven't had a moment, a lapse in taking my medication. I haven't suddenly decided to collect Tau. This model, this Kroot model, you can find in the Blackstone Fortress box game, which is a game for between 1 and 5 players. It costs you £95, and at the present, it's the only way of getting hold of this Kroot Tracker. Lovely model. It's actually my first ever Tau model. Not really Tau, is it? It's Kroot. Anyway, it's my first ever model like this. I'm quite impressed. He's got his can opener on the end of his barrel of this rifle. Pretty old school. He's got some kind of grenades or stimulants there. He's got his spikes all bunched up in a lovely little bobble. And he's wearing this cloak. He's got pouches. Good set of calves going on. Definitely runs a fair bit. Is he the most boring model in the set? Yeah, probably, I'd say. All the others have movement and motion and tell a bit of a story. This guy is just a Kroot with a rifle, but that's just my take on it. Let's show you some size comparisons. Space Marine, for some reason, this Kroot is way bigger than a Space Marine. Absolute huge lanky alien. Next to Primaris. Again, taller than a Primaris, taller than a super soldier. Can he be even taller than the Chaos Lord? Yep, he's taller than the Chaos Lord. Is there anyone out there that is taller than him? Is the Imperial Robot taller than him? God, that's close. That really is close. I wouldn't like to call it. I think it's a draw. I think they're both the same height. But anyway, the Kroot is the tallest model in the set. I've decided that now. Such a tall model is going to stick out like a sore thumb in the rest of the force, and you can use him in games of Warhammer 40,000 8th edition if you choose to. He will count as an elite choice. He's a power points cost of a 2, and he's a points cost of 20, so he's the cheapest unit in the whole of Blackstone Fortress, except for those scary looking Mr. Meeseeks gone wrong, the ghouls at 15 points. So 20 points, what does that get you? Oh, this will be good. Let's see this stat line. So movement 7 inches, weapon skill and ballistic skill 3+. That's pretty good for a 20-point model. Strength 3, toughness 3, okay. 3 wounds, 3 attacks though, leadership 7, and he gets his t-shirt saved. Don't look like he's wearing a t-shirt though, so 6+. He's a single model armed with a Kroot rifle and Kroot pistol. Only one of this model can be included in your army. So the Kroot pistol is actually better than the flashlight. It's a range 12-inch pistol 1, strength 4, AP 0, but damage 1 weapon. And then the Kroot rifle has both a shooting profile and a melee profile. So the shooting is a range 24-inch, rapid fire 1, strength 4, damage 1. Okay, so that's a bolt gun then. And the melee side of things is a strength +1, AP 0, damage 1. Whoop-de-doo, so he gets a strength 4. Abilities though, some interesting abilities this guy. Tracker. During deployment you can set up Dahyak Grekh in pursuit instead of placing him on the battlefield. At the end of any of your movement phases he can reveal his hiding place and attack. Ooh, scary. Set him up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from enemy models. How is that good? You've got a strength 3, maybe strength 4 model coming at you with a 6+ save. I think I just heard the ratlings laugh at that ability. Quarry can't hide. Dahyak Grekh can target an enemy character even if they are not the closest enemy unit. Okay, well 24 inches, not the best. Concealed booby traps. He's got the booby traps, guys. Once per battle, at the end of your opponent's movement phase, you can choose an enemy unit on the battlefield and roll a d6. Subtract 1 from the result if the unit is a character, but add 1 if this ability is too hard for you to understand. Sorry, add 1 if the unit contains 10 or more models. On a 4+, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. On a 7+, it suffers d6 mortal wounds instead. Wow, such a confusing ability. Essentially, you've got a 50-50 chance of suffering 1, 2 or 3 mortal wounds, or up to 6 mortal wounds. That's incredible for such a lukewarm character. The ability to inflict almost 6 mortal wounds on a unit is pretty good. You have to subtract 1 if they're a character though, but still he took that one out of the bag. These booby traps must be pretty horrific. And then finally, Fieldcraft. If Dahyak Grekh is receiving the benefit of cover, add 2 to his saving throws instead of 1. That's quite cool. You know, if he's in cover for a 5+, then he's going to get 3+ save. His keywords: Tau Empire, Kroot, Character Infantry, Kroot Tracker, Dahyak Grekh. I mean, he's an alright looking character. He's going to look great painted. He's just a bit lukewarm for me. The fact that you can have a load of booby traps is nice, but they can only be used once per battle. Everything else about him is a bit meh. Doesn't really shout out at you, can't really help other units out, and isn't the best in close combat or ranged weaponry. Anyway, maybe I'm missing something with this guy, other than being the most meh unit in this whole Explorer force. Put your comments and things down below as always. Be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.